What's going on, traders? Hope everybody had a great Wednesday, April 26th. We are looking at the S&P 500 daily chart, of course. And before we get into it, don't forget that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. And if you're enjoying the content that we are providing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you are alerted every time we post new content about the market and trading. So with that being said, S&P was down slightly today, 0.42%. Final print 404.36. We did in fact tag that daily 50-day EMA like we were talking about in yesterday's video, and we came right here into the base of that broader consolidation that we have been watching for some time. So I was very happy to see that. We briefly broke below the 50 today, but they were the Bears were unable to show any follow through from there. But they certainly tried, and it's really nice to see our target here hitting again to the short side. So now. We still had some pretty above average volume today, still picked up pretty strong. We were about 91% of the 30-day average shares traded. And let's take a look at the fibs here. Now we have actually closed below the 38.2 here. So it'll be interesting. Yesterday I was talking, I thought, and we did did we get totally 50%? We got pretty close today. About a 50% retracement up on this candle and then pushed back down to close here down by the lows. But pretty much price did what we were anticipating. I was thinking actually we would close green, but we did end up putting in a red day, slightly stronger than I thought it would be. But we'll have to see about tomorrow. I'm going to stick with what I said about yesterday, tomorrow. Did that make sense? Okay, so tomorrow I'm thinking we have a green day, and maybe we close up. Maybe we close up here by the 38.2, and then start to form that bear flag. Either way, that's kind of what I am anticipating starting to form here. Will it play out on the daily? We don't know, but we'll start to recognize it. So again, today's bar was a little bit bigger than I thought, but we'll be looking for a bar more like this here on March 29th, or maybe this one here on the 24th. Something like that, putting in right here inside bar day though. So I do expect continued price action. I mean, we definitely did catch a trend towards the end of the day, but we did have a couple of interesting reversals in the morning, right at the open, and then we reversed down in the afternoon session, which is kind of what we were anticipating. But at first it sold off, then it came back up, and then it came back down. So a little bit more of that tricky, complex price action that we were anticipating. So let's see how what they do Thursday. Like I said, I'm anticipating some type of a green candle, but if we do put in a red one, yeah, either way, I'd expect it to be a little bit slower here. We had our first bearish impulse move, second red candle down. If they do have another red candle down, I'd still expect it. I would still think it would be a smaller body. Ultimately, if we break that, I think it's 403.15 to 403. If we start really getting under these lows, that's where I think we'd be heading. And then under that would probably ultimately drive us to that 400. But of course, we have this 50% retracement right here at 402.48. So I think that, under that 403, 403.15, I think, and starting to confirm under there definitely will give us that final push to the 50% retracement here, which could be, an interesting place to consider some longs. So, I'll have to wait and see how that plays itself out. Maybe a little bit more into May would be a better time for that, just on seasonality. But when we start to see the signs, we will act, and it's all about just waiting for the trade to come to us. So, what are we thinking about tomorrow? Um, you know, uh, let's switch this. All right. So, like I said, here was that interesting price action where we just sold right in the morning, then we came back, then we sold down again. So it was a bit tricky. This 405 pivot was very nice for a bounce all the way back up. We did a little fake out of these equal highs here and tried to get up above the pre-market. Well, I guess it really would have to get over this 408, 30, 50 area, but tried to get over at least these earlier pre-market highs, but could not do that. Had a little flag here, but and then tried to break, but it was met with a lot of resistance. Again, with that super steep, rate of attack. But a nice little breakout here, nevertheless. This was much, much better the move, though. So what are we looking at? All right, certainly our eyes are going to be for the bigger move. For the bigger move down, they're going to have to. And we popped a bit here because of Meta reporting and beating. So getting a little bit of that again. Looks like relatively flat overnight session. But, we had this pop up here and retested basically this area. Got real close to that 405. Yeah, we got just above. But we didn't do that in the actual trading session. This was from when Meta released. So we came in, back tested that big pivot zone. We did close over it, so I'll be watching to see, if we come down, to back to this 405, 404, 45 area, 40, I'll consider that a lower a higher low from these lows, in which case I might consider a long to still try to see about some more of a retracement. But either way, I'd kind of be anticipating a similar situation in that if we do come up, I'll probably be looking to short at some point as we back test maybe one of these key areas. We'll have to see how the volume profile kind of shapes up, but maybe here at POC, we'll see where this readjusts to. But just to basically put in overall another lower high. So we'll see how the market opens. Like I said, if it's opening down and we're still making a higher low, then I'll consider that. But if we're coming up right in the morning, I'll probably consider taking it short. But we'll have to, formulate a little bit more of a game plan, of course, as we get closer. Let's take a quick look here at the volume profile. I mean, very outside of value. Here's value area low at 410.16. Have to see how that shapes out, but that is grossly over exaggerated and extended. It's a little bit better on the 5-day hourly, though. That brings it down to 408.35. Let's just see. Here we are outside of value, and that's sitting at 406, 406.50. So I'm gonna see. I think it would be a strong bull case if we are able to get over and recapture this 4-hour value area low. That we'd be likely to see a little bit more of an upside push, maybe to back test in these lows back to around that 408 area. And then roll over again, very possible, where we're kind of doing a double top in that zone and then roll back over. But ultimately, they're going to need to take out these lows for that push down to those other targets that we were talking about on the fibs, in the 403s and the 402 area. But But yeah, that doesn't mean that we can't play the range here. Like I said, we can still play it, in these areas, and that's fine. But we'll have to see how we open up. But I certainly would be watching at least for the most confirmation of a bull, of a higher move would at least be over, certainly holding over 405. But getting over this 406.60, and then let's see where this is. Yeah, and certainly over 406. We could start to get some closes over 406, over the 20. We'll start to see this slope down probably a little bit more in yet tomorrow's session. But as that slopes down, let's look for price moving under that and then being supported and starting to curl back up. But again, if we come into this area again near that 408, I probably would be careful. Maybe we don't even. Maybe we sell and then rise and then pop up to just these lows here. Another possibility as well, where we sell down, maybe we do another fake break, and then we come back up, retest these lows, and then roll back over and kind of just consolidate for that smaller day. I mean, you can see the range here is pretty tight. What is the low? 403. Well, it wasn't too bad today, I guess. $4. I mean, kind of in the middle. A little bit better than I expected. So tomorrow, again, I'm being cautious, for sure. So, all right, guys. Well, we've discussed kind of what I was thinking. Um, VIX is still elevated. It was really ripping and roaring at one point today, and then came down. We still did not get up anywhere close to the highs of yesterday, so that will be on watch. But overall, it's still looking pretty bullish. I'm just looking at the chart here really quickly. Bears are going to want to see it hold. Bulls are going to want for it to break 1845. We start getting below that, we can definitely see some more downside. But as long as we hold that, I would say bears have the upper hand as far as right now. Hourly looking like it could be a bit of a kind of a cup and handle flag situation. So I'll have to see how that develops. But either way, I hope this helps. Be careful tomorrow. I look for more of that range, $3, $4 range. Just wait for your trades to come to you. And I wish you the best of luck. Take care.